Every now and then, a trailer for a game hits that just grabs my attention. Not just from a gameplay perspective, but from style, theme, and aesthetic standpoints as well. Trailers that set a tone of what to expect from its world without giving you any idea of what's going on, or why, and leaves you with more questions than answers. Enter Control, Remedy's brand new third-person shooter IP. I know, they keep making them. But unlike Quantum Break or Alan Wake, this is something completely out of left field and felt like the culmination of their experimentation from Max Payne to Alan Wake, and now. To call Control weird would be an understatement to the kind of feelings the game elicits once it gets its hooks into you. I would go so far as to call it off-putting in more ways than one, but in a positive definition of the phrase, at least in my opinion.
You can't let this happen. You can't let this happen. You can't let this happen. You can't let this happen.
So just what the hell is Control in terms of a video game? Control is a third-person action game with a focus on third-person shooting and use of telekinetic abilities. You play as Jesse Faden in search of her brother that was taken by a government-run entity known as the Federal Bureau of Control. She tracks down their headquarters after years of searching only to find out that something is amiss. The building is empty, except for a janitor. The director is dead by way of suicide, and every room morphs, changes, and shifts, and the people that are left aren't exactly people anymore. The first weapon you obtain is the only weapon you receive in the entire game, but the kicker is that it's also every weapon in the game. It changes and shifts into different weapons similar to what the building that all this nonsense is happening in does. While the gunplay is serviceable to the extent that every Remedy shooter basically is, the abilities you gain throughout the game is where Control's combat really opens up. You'll be lifting objects off the ground and throwing them with ease, taking out waves of enemies at a time, and find yourself in awe at all the crazy effects happening on screen. It's a beautiful looking game, and it demonstrates Remedy's ability to create an intense, dark atmosphere in their games. And atmosphere is just another aspect in which Control really shines. Every moment of the game leaves an overwhelming sense of heaviness and intensity thick enough to cut with a knife, where quiet moments in gameplay are interrupted with big bold words in the center of the screen indicating which location you've wandered into next. Where the entities you face are clearly not human, but definitely otherworldly, but certainly not demonic or even alien. Where a picture on a wall is more than just a picture, or a light switch doesn't just turn on a light. The game is full of moments like these and topped off with fantastic FMV moments that alleviate some of the intensity in some cases, but also instill a sense of uneasiness in others. And the FMVs, I might add, are also voiced and even acted by some of Remedy's greats. The lead scientist by voice and actor of Alan Wake himself, and the director, voice and acted by the one and only Max Payne.
Find a solution in the end. Contain the situation. Northmore never liked me.
If I had to sum up my thoughts on Control, it's that it's the PSYOP sequel I've always wanted. And it's the right kind of horror that speaks to me. No jump scares, no monsters in the closet or under the bed, just completely unsettling and intense. And its sense of never knowing what's coming next that puts it in the third place spot of my favorite games of 2019.
I'll help you look, Topher. We'll find your mama together.